the biz. Okay, let me just say, I love her smile. I mean, oh my God. She is a Grammy-nominated singer, composer, actress. She has an amazing family. And
Thank you.
I told her this before. You could see the truth of her heart in her smile. And she is the wonderful Shanice. Shanice.
All right.
Oh,
Oh my God, I love that you're here.
I'm so excited to be here. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. And thank your wonderful Aunt Penny, who we love dearly.
I have to shout out to my Aunt Penny, who has been there for me from the beginning. So shout out to
Well, while we're talking about family, when I say the word family, what does it mean to you? Where do you go?
When I hear the word family, when I think of my family, I think of, love, support. My family's been there, with me from the beginning, like I said earlier. And I've always just felt loved and supported, by my family. So that's the first thing that came to me is love and support.
Yeah. And you know what? And it shows, I think it shows too, I mean, through, I was thinking about past lives and all that, but when it just comes to that, the way we're brought up, it takes us through our life, and you could see it again through your eyes, through your smile. And talking about your smile, might as well ask you, how did that song come about?
It's crazy. So I worked with Narda Michael Walden, legendary Narda Michael Walden. I don't know if you guys know, but he's worked with Mariah, Whitney, Aretha Franklin, you name it. So Motown Records connected me to him, Gerald Busby, who was the president at the time. So I went down to San Francisco and worked out of Narda's studio. And I remember the first day he said, just give me a whole bunch of titles for songs. Just come up with titles. So I wrote down maybe about 15 titles. I Love Your Smile was one of them. And the reason why I thought of I Love Your Smile was because I used to get teased for smiling all the time. When I was a kid, like middle school, like in elementary school, kids would laugh at me and say, why do you smile? You smile so much. You're always smiling. Yeah. So I wrote down I Love Your Smile. We sat by the piano and started coming up with, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So we started coming up with different like melodies and stuff like that. So I would just sing a bunch of melodies and then we also wanted a hook that anybody could sing to. I don't care what nationality you were, what language you spoke. We wanted everybody to be able to sing along. So that's why, the da-da-da-da-da was just really catchy. And so that's how the song came about. But the funny thing is, so I came with help with the melody and everything, and then the title and all that. He brought in his team, and then they, finished it out. But the funny thing is, I didn't want I Love Your Smile to be the first single. So Gerald Busby sat me down and he said, all right, the album's done. I Love Your Smile is the first single. And I was like, no, it's not the right song. It's not the right first single. Because at the time, honestly, I know this is funny, but I was listening to a lot of rap music, like Salt Pepper, MC Lyte, Queen Latifah. And I just felt like it was a little like too corny. I was like, it's so corny. People are going to laugh at me. And I was so wrong. I cried. I literally sat in Gerald Busby's office and cried and said, no, the first single should be Silent Prayer. Because at the time, the Persian Gulf War was going on. I did Johnny Gill is on Silent Prayer. And I said, it should be Silent Prayer. And Gerald said, no, it's I Love Your Smile. Make a long story short, they didn't listen to me, obviously. And they put the record out, and it blew my mind. It literally overnight just exploded. It was number one in like so many countries. And And here in the States, I think on the R&B chart was #1, #2 on the pop charts.
Right.
But it Grammy nominated. I was blown away. I was so wrong about that one, but I still think Silent Prayer should have been the second single. But
oh, well, you know what's I think is so wonderful about that is that we need as a society and Earth those positive songs, and it's like that, you know, the upbeat and positive, and
yes,
yeah.
I get it now. Like, I'm so thankful we put the song out, because it, like, you can have a down, you know, you can be feeling down inside, but when you hear "I Love Your Smile," it makes you want to like dance. It makes you want to smile, you know. So I'm so happy that all these years I'm able to, you know, make people feel good. So I'm really happy. And it's like Chris Brown, you know, later on just, you know, did Undecided and used the, you know, the melody to the hook. So I never expected any of that, but I'm so thankful that even this generation could, you know, enjoy it.
It's one of those songs that will keep going because it's just that. It's just, it has that hook. It has that thing.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's universal. It really is universal. And that good feeling. That song, I love that song. And I just think that your personality comes through in that song so well as well. Your effervescence just comes out in that song. And like you said, David, it's just a really feel good song. And it just puts you in a good mood. It's, you know, and what a great song it turned out. And even though, because you're the artist, you know, there was a time when I was an artist as well and not a producer. And, you know, and what you thought was going to be the song that was going to do it for you, producers totally picked a whole different song. It's like, wait a minute, this is the song I thought we were going to, well, you know, this is my favorite song. And it turns out that something completely different from what you perceive as the what would be the single on the track or whatever, or out of the album.
And what you should do is come back with little pills. I Love Your Smile pills, and give them to Congress.
Well, that would be great. Yeah, we need Congress,
because they all need to smile and like, okay, we love you.
Yeah.
Enough about
with everything that's going on in the world today, and then, you know, the pandemic and just all the killings and the shootings and the this and that. Like, I love this world needs to listen to "I Love Your Smile" right now.
Oh my God.
We need songs like that. We need songs like that. Definitely. It's so important.
Talking about songs, do you remember the first song that the first song you heard or remember singing?
You know what? And I know a lot of people don't believe this, but my mom and my aunt, they have it on cassette. But when I was 7 months, not 7 years, 7 months, right? I was in the crib, and it was like in the middle of the night, and I started singing "Tell Me Something Good" by Shaka Khan. I could not sing the words. I had the melody. And "Benny and the Jets" by Elton John and "Jungle Boogie" by Kool and the Gang. Those were the first 3 songs I tried to sing, and I was 7 months.
Okay,
and
I want to hear that.
In the neighborhood, everybody heard about me and would knock on the door and were like, they said, "We want to hear that baby that can sing," you know. So I was in my.
Oh my gosh. Well, I seriously, I've got to somehow. You shouldn't put that out on one of your albums.
I know. Got to put that cassette out. And then when I was about 3 years old, my mom put me on stage with them, and I got to sing with their band. I was 3 years old. That was my first time on stage.
Yeah.
Sing "Last Dance" by Donna Summers.
Oh.
That.
Oh, Donna. Donna, and you know, while we're talking about that age, I want to show everybody something here, if I can. Hold on. I'm trying to get it set up here. Okay, here we go. I'm going to, you know, this is the magic world of editing too. When we,
yeah,
this is what I love.
I do one thing, do one thing for as long as I have, you get to be the best. Like Kentucky Fried Chicken. They do one thing, great chicken. They cook it up hot and tender like my music. I sing scat, they do that, like nobody else, right? Kentucky Fried Chicken, they do chicken like.
Ella Fitzgerald. I was like 8 years old. We had just moved to California from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And when we moved here because my mom and my aunt, they have a group. So they moved here to pursue their careers. And I'm like, I want to do it too. So they got me an agent. And I went out on my first audition, booked it. And before I knew it, I was like singing with Ella Fitzgerald and like 8.
Oh my God. It must be so amazing. I mean, you have such a, I don't even know if you know the depth of reach that you have. And I want to bring on somebody now who is with us. And I talked to her father yesterday, and her name is a name that you know very well. And her name is Shanice. Her name is Shanice Cooper. Shanice Cooper, are you there?
Shanice.
I'm gonna unmute. Where's Shanice Cooper? I know she's in the class there. I'm trying to. Is she there?
Yeah, she's here.
Okay, I can't see her.
Here she comes.
Oh, here she comes. You're coming in your office. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Here she is.
Where's Shanice? Shanice.
There she
is. Here we go.
Hi, Shanice.
Hey, Shanice.
Hi.
Shanice.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I love you.
So is it true, Shanice, your dad told me last night that you were named after Shanice?
Wow.
Ooh, is that true?
Yes.
Wow, that's cool.
Wow. Thank you. Tell your dad thank you for me.
Oh my God. And talk about a beautiful smile. I mean, you both have beautiful smiles. Can you quickly show your smile, or do you prefer not to?
So let her see your beautiful face.
Look at that gorgeous.
Hey, beautiful. It's so nice to meet you.
You too.
Well, I had to connect you. When I heard that last night, I went, "Oh my God, we have to."
Oh yeah, yeah. That's you gotta have that discussion right here.
Oh, that really. Thank you. I needed that. That really.
There you go. Well, thank you, Shanice Cooper.
Isn't that nice, Shanice?
I love it. I love it.
Oh, did she spell it the same as mine? Because some people switch, they'll spell it differently. So I was just wondering.
Yeah. No, I think it might be the same.
Yeah.
SHAICE. I think it's the same.
Yeah,
Oh.
it is. It is.
That's so cool.
Love it. Well, wonderful. I love it.
It's so nice to meet you.
Oh, so I have, what is your biggest joy in life?
I have kids now. I have a girl and a boy, and I have a husband. Like I have a my family, I think, is my biggest joy. My mom, my aunt, my dad, my stepdad, and my uncle. Family is important. Is my biggest joy. Second would be music. Music. I just love singing. I love writing. I've been doing it I've been writing songs since I was 7, 8 years old. I used to sit in the closet with my cousin at the time. She was 6.
Yeah. And
in the closet and pretend like we had a recording studio. We'd write music when we were kids. So that's I would say second biggest joy.
Yeah. Oh, how wonderful. And I was listening to your music this week, and And oh my God, that new song of yours. Oh my God.
Every Woman
Yes. Oh my God.
Every Woman Dreams. Actually, I released
Oh, wow. Okay. It's okay. Yes.
I just released it for the first time digitally, but it actually was released in the record stores like in 2007, 2006.
Oh.
But at the time, like the internet wasn't like, you know, we didn't have all this like the YouTubes and all that.
Right.
So take advantage of the internet back then. So anyway, I just released it for the first time digitally, but it like years ago. And I just re-released it.
Well, I hadn't heard it yet, so I heard it, and I was like, "Oh my God!" I first I heard it, and then I watched the video, and I couldn't stop watching. It was just like this.
Hey, thank you.
Like, I gotta buy that album now.
You don't have to worry about a damn thing, ladies. You deserve a man that'll bend over backwards and buy you all those things that every woman dreams, like Gucci bags, Cartier, Escalade, and diamond rings. Ladies, I got a little story to tell you about the things that I've gone through. I said, ladies, I've been through some mess in my life, and I wanna break it down for you. I had a man who would take my Mercedes to go visit other ladies, but y'all don't hear me now. And then I had a man who gave me a diamond ring and took it back, but y'all didn't know all that. No, no. And now I have a man who loves me no matter what. His love is unconditional. Ladies, you deserve the best. So don't you settle for less. No, no. You don't have to worry about a damn thing, ladies. No.
Say about that album that I'm really proud about. But that was my first independent project.
Right.
That was my first time doing anything independently. But the thing I loved about it was my cousin introduced me to these producers called PMG.
Yeah.
They these tracks, and I literally, for the first time in my career, I've always worked with producers that would, you know, help vocal produce it. Like they'll say, you know, vocally do this or try this run or do this thing. And I literally went in with an engineer when I did these songs. I went in with an engineer by myself, and all of the backgrounds, all of the arrangements, like the vocal arrangements, I literally came up with that by myself. And that's the first time in my career I've had the freedom to do that. And because I was nervous the first time. I said, wait a minute, I'm used to having another producer here to kind of feed, you know, kind of, you know, give me his ideas. I put in my ideas, but I'm like, okay, this is all me now. So that was a.
What do you think made you get to that point to be able to do that?
Well, I was kind of forced because the producers, they only did the tracks. They didn't like vocal produce. And I love tracks. So I said, okay, I don't have anybody to help me vocal produce, but I found a great engineer. And I said, I'm just going to do it myself. And I remember on my way to the studio, I was talking to my husband and I was like, I'm nervous. Like I'm totally by myself now. I got to come up with all the background, all the ideas. And my husband's like, you could do it. You could do it. And I was so excited. I was so proud of myself that I was able to come up with all those like background arrangements and all of that. Like, you know, I always depended on other people. Yeah. So it was really fun to do that on my own.
I love
Shanice, I have a question for you. Do you ever record now that with technology, do you have any like DAW, like, you know, digital audio workstation at home that you can record your ideas on?
You know, I'm glad you brought that up because I do. And my son is really good at like, he also, my daughter and my son, they love music and they sing and they write and all that. And my son knows how to like engineer. So start teaching me how to like lay down my own vocals. Like, you know, I do have a setup though. Like I have Pro Tools and Logic and I have all that stuff. I have the right mic and the right
Yeah.
set, but I had to have to learn, have to learn that part.
You'll get there. You'll get there. I mean, you know, you already, you know, you're just the more hours you spend on it, the better you're going to get, you know.
Yeah.
Really,
Because
you know.
I've learned a little bit and I was like, wow, it's not as hard as I, you know, expected it to be. So you're right. The more you do it,
Yeah.
you know, for
Yeah,
sure.
just in front of the computer is like, you know, you just get better at it, you know.
Yes, yes.
I want to throw out a name and
Okay.
see what comes to your mind.
Okay.
Michael Jackson.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let me tell you a story. So when I moved here, like I said, I was 8 years old, and my dream was to meet Michael Jackson. We got on the Greyhound bus, left Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, came to California. And when I got off the Greyhound bus, the first person I met was Wanda from the Emotions, picked us up from the Greyhound station. So I was excited to be around Wanda from the Emotions. But when I got off the bus, I remember saying, where's Michael Jackson? Like, I thought that Michael Jackson would just be walking up and down Hollywood Boulevard. Like, I thought it was that easy, you know? And so it's so crazy because this taught me a lesson. Like, you really have to watch what you speak. And I spoke as a kid that I'm going to meet Michael Jackson. I'm going to meet Michael Jackson. So cut to, I was in a musical called Get Happy. And the musical was about the music of Harold Arlen, who wrote Somewhere Over the Rainbow and all the Wizard of Oz songs. So John McClane, who was an executive at A&M at the time,
Right.
heard me, and I was 11 years old. He came to hear me sing and signed me to A&M Records when I was 11 years old. So it is, he worked closely with Michael Jackson. Now, all those years, like when I was 8, 9, 10 years old, I'm like, I want to meet Michael Jackson, I want to meet Michael Jackson. Well, I ended up signing to A&M Records through John McClane, who was close to Michael, worked with Michael. So I actually, one day I was coming home from school, and I remember I got a phone call from the label, and they said, somebody wants to meet you today. And I'm like, who? And they're like, Michael Jackson. I'm like, no way.
Oh,
so
no.
I released the album in '87, which was called Discovery. That was my first album. That was before I Love Your Smile.
Right.
And so Michael knew about the album, heard the album and everything. So they had a limousine pick me up. I went down to the taping of his Moonwalker video, and I got to literally sit in his trailer for about over an hour, like hour and a half. And he knew I was coming. He sent for me. And we just sat down and talked. And he told me I had a song on that album called No Half Steppin'. He said, I just want to tell you, that's my favorite song on the album. He said, sometimes at night before I go to bed, I dance to that song in my dance. He had a dance room, like a little dance studio. And he said, I dance to that song at night before I go to bed. And I'm just like, oh my God. So we had this beautiful conversation about music, about Seth Riggs, who was my vocal coach, was his vocal coach. So we talked about, you know, vocal coaching. And I asked him, like, where's Bubbles? And he said, Bubbles is shooting a commercial today. And I'm like, really? And I remember a lot of things we talked about, and it was really cool. And then after that, I got to sing backgrounds on some of his songs, like Keep the Faith with Saida Garrett. I sang backgrounds on that. And I think he had a song called You'll Be There. Was it called You'll Be There?
I think
You'll Be There.
Yeah.
I sang backgrounds on that. And then when he passed away, John McClane reached out to me, and he had a song called Behind the Mask. And it was a song that he had recorded years and years ago that he never put out.
Right.
So they asked me to, you know, double up some of his backgrounds. So I sang like on his backgrounds, and I got to ad-lib at the end with Michael at the end of the song. And I remember it was so difficult for me to do that session because I couldn't stop crying. Like he had passed away.
Yeah.
And it was really hard. But yeah, I spoke that I wanted to meet Michael Jackson, and I did. So I want everybody that's listening, that whatever it is in life that you want, you can literally speak it into existence. Like, so, you know, if you speak negative, you'll get negative. You speak positive and believe and keep working and trying, the sky is the limit.
Well,
I just want to say that.
and thank you for saying that. It's so true, and it's such a blessing. It was interesting when we were scheduling today. I looked after we scheduled it. I went, wait a minute, it's on the 11th and it starts at 11, so it's 11/11, and
I didn't even realize that.
I know, right? And I knew you would connect, and because I'm getting chills now, and we have a mutual friend here too, because I saw you perform at our dear friend's memorial, Auntie Angel.
Oh, it's
And
yes.
in fact, I'm sort of wearing this today in honor of her too.
Yes.
And I felt it was just, she talked about how wonderful you were and how amazing you were.
Girl, she was my heart. Like, I loved Auntie. And even though she, was in the wheelchair, and she experienced, so much in her life, she always kept, now that's the one person that always kept a smile on her face. I don't know what the circumstances was, she would always smile. Like, we would have like house parties and stuff, and she would come to our parties in her wheelchair, and she would be like the life of the party, dancing. Oh my gosh, I miss her so much.
Well, our mutual dear friend here who put together the memorial, my dear friend, I used to live in her guest houses here today, Angela Rockwood, and when she heard you were coming on, she had to say hello. Here she.
Hi, Shanice.
Hi.
How are you? Oh my God, I'm trying not to get emotional.
I know. I'm trying to.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna cry. I can't.
Oh my gosh, it is 1:11. It did start at 11, and yeah, it was also Aunty's number and everything. 7-11.
Oh,
3:11.
Auntie brought you to my house. Remember?
I was talking to David. David called me and he was like asking me about you and our connection and everything. And I said, I met Shanice through Auntie, David. And he's like, oh my God. And he's like, she like connected us and everything. And I said, we actually went to her house because Mia and myself and her did an interview at Shanice's house. And David's like, really? And then he was like, what was the interview about? I was like, oh my gosh. And so, but basically, I never shared this with anyone, and you probably don't know, but I said to David, I said, oh, we're going to do a show, and we were us three, Mia and myself and Auntie, who, folks say that we inspire them, but we were going out and interviewing people who inspire us. And I knew your story through Auntie and everything. But when I went to your house that day, you remember you sang happy birthday to Mia.
Yes.
And you shared your story when we interviewed you. And it was so amazing and so touching.
Oh my God.
And I remember, and it never left me.
Yeah.
That
I'm about to cry.
the ups and the downs that you went through, when you said that your number one thing is your family and number two is music. But when you shared what you went through with your family to where you are today, I never forgot that. I never forgot that. Even to the point when you guys were in the hotel and what you said to your husband, I never forgot that. And because of that, I took that and I put that into my strength, and I carried on with that. I never shared that with you.
Oh my God.
I'm hoping I could talk to Gina and get that interview, because Auntie has that all.
I want to see that interview.
So I'm going to try to get that interview and I'll get it to you. But it's so wonderful to see you. And you have to do not just your smile, Shanice. I was watching the whole time. Your smile, we know it like brightens and lights up a whole room, but also your soul, Mama, your soul. You have to do a song. I love your soul.
I love your soul. Yes.
You are amazing, Shanice.
You inspire me too, because you always have like, I can just feel joy all over you. When I see you, you're always laughing, you're always smiling, you're always so upbeat, and so that's a blessing. Such a
Oh
blessing.
gosh. Happy 2023, Mama. Happy 2023.
Oh, happy 2023.
Happy 23, everyone.
Happy 2023. You know what? Please, when you get that interview, I really want to see that.
I will. I'm gonna be I will talk to her sister because she went over there and is getting everything. So I'll talk to you about that later and I'll get it to you.
All right, thank you.
Shanice.
Thank you, Ange.
Thank you.
Whew.
He's so beautiful.
I know, right?
Oh
I
my
tell
God.
you, I always tell her if I was straight. Okay, we won't go there. But
Uncle David, could I sneak in real quick?
yeah, who is this?
It's Pascal.
Pascal, where are you? Okay, I've got to find you, Pascal. Oh, there's Pascal. Here comes Pascal. Hey, Pascal.
Hey, how's it going? Hi, Shanice. How are you?
Hi, Pascal. Good. How are you?
Doing so good. It's so nice to meet you. You have such a pretty face as well as a pretty smile.
Oh, thank you. Oh, you're fine. Thank you.
Shanice, I wanted to make a comment because actually I go deep. I know deep, Shanice. I know When I Close My Eyes. That's my favorite song of yours.
Thank you.
When I Close My Eyes, I just wanted to tell you that the vocal is just one of the best R&B recorded vocals, in my opinion, of all time. Your high note was like you were flying, and I get it. And I just want to let you know that that vocal in When I Close My Eyes is just a super, super cool vocal. I really thought.
Thank you so much. That means a lot to me. Thank you so much. I worked with Warren Campbell. I have to give because he helped me vocal produce that. And Warren is a genius. He's amazing. So I have to give a shout out to Warren, but thank you so much.
Thank you.
I really appreciate that.
Thank you, Pascal. Pascal is an amazing instructor at Performing Arts Studio West, and he does he puts together poet. He is the poet man.
Oh, and a killer singer.
Oh my God, yes.
The guy.
I'm gonna send you a link of the song he did.
Yes, please send it to me, and I want to follow him on Instagram too.
Oh, it's amazing. Listen, there's so many people I could keep on asking. I want to bring on a few more people who want to ask questions. And we have Katie here today, and she is Katie Harding Johnson. Here she is.
I'm still
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Shanice. Thank you so much for coming on with us.
Oh, I'm so excited to talk to everyone.
It's great to have you here.
Thank you.
Okay, you've got this accomplishment list for days. So, Star Search winner as a child.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the Billboard topping.
Yeah.
I Love Your Smile, Grammy nominated. You sang in the living room for Aretha Franklin, right? 3 records you were on of Michael Jackson's.
Yeah.
You've been in musicals. You played Michelle Obama in a musical recently.
Thank you.
So awesome. You're a mom and a wife. You have your own lipstick line. So, and there's a lot of other stuff I'm not listing, but is there anything left on your bucket list that you just really, really want to get done?
I would love to do movies. I started out singing and acting. When I was a kid, my mom would drop me off at this place called Inner City in LA, and I got in Chip Fields, who is Kim Fields' mom. She taught me how to act when I was a little girl and put me on stage for the first time when I was like 8, 9 years old. So acting, I want to do more acting. And hopefully if I could be on the big screen and do movies, I would love to do that. I was nominated for a Grammy for I Love Your Smile, but I would love to actually win a Grammy. would be nice.
It's on its way.
I would love and to definitely I don't know, just I just want to keep doing great music. I love singing live on stage, so I'm gonna try to definitely do more touring. That's definitely, you know, in the near future, you'll definitely see me, you know, on a tour somewhere.
I can't wait.
I saw a clip recently of you singing with the LA Gay Men's Choir for a Christmas time. The Motown holiday Motown special, I think it was.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Everyone was the choir was amazing. And then everyone was like really just a joy to work with, you know, and I enjoyed that so much. That was really fun.
And how many backup singers were there for that?
And that it was
in the choir.
I think it was 140 men.
Woo! I love it.
That's like the biggest, like the most amount of background singers I've ever had.
That is huge. It was really special. And then, you know, I did mention that you have a lipstick line now, which is vegan, right? And eco-friendly and animal cruelty free and really great. So tell us a little bit about that.
You know what? That's another thing that's, like you said, the bucket list. Like I want to see my line, you know, in the stores. Like I would love to see Smile by Shanice and Sephora, or, you know, and I really want to focus on the line and really like take it to the next level. But it is vegan, and I'm in love with makeup. I'm in love with makeup to the point where people would ask me, if you weren't a singer, like, what would you do? Like, and I said, I probably would be a makeup artist because I just love makeup.
Oh, really?
And so Smile, I remember when back in the 90s when I Love Your Smile came out, I remember in my brain saying, I want to, like, you know, even if I just partner up with Revlon or CoverGirl or something, like I want to like have my own line or work with a company. But I just didn't know how to get it started back then, you know?
Yeah.
I did some research and I finally found, you know, a product that is, you know, vegan and because I know that I started doing research on like cosmetics and some of it's not safe and so I finally found something and a vegan lipstick line, and I love it because it's long lasting. You could put it on and have it on all day and it lasts. And I love the colors. And I'm going to eventually expand it too. I want to do, you know, eyeliners and mascara and foundations and all that stuff. So eventually I want an entire cosmetic line. So I'm just starting off with the lipsticks and then we're going to expand it from there.
That's great. And that's at smileby.shanice.com, right?
Shanice.com is the website. So
awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much for talking to me.
Thank you, Katie. Wow.
Okay. Nice to meet you, Katie. You're the best, man.
I like it though. I like how that sounds. Shanice by Sephora.
Yeah.
I love a nice ring to it.
Speak it into existence.
I know, right? Oh my God. I wanted to get in, let's see, Zuli Johnson, are you still on, Zuli? Let's see. She might have got kicked off, but she wanted to talk about your wonderful show that you did, but I will wait for her to bring that up. Let's see. Oh, Tracy Turner. There you are. Look at you. Look at you.
Hi, Tracy.
Hello, I'm on. Hello.
Hi. I can't see Tracy, but I can hear her.
Oh,
okay. Guys, you're beautiful. You're just beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you. As well.
I see you. Hi, Tracy.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Fine. I can't wait till we can get back live. Oh, well.
Oh.
My question is to you. I know you've been an actor and singer. What do you like better? Do you like acting or do you like singing more? I'm sorry. Do you like acting or singing more?
Oh, they're like acting or singing more. Singing is actually my first love, but
Really?
like my second. But I love both of them. But I started out singing first. So I would say sing probably.
Acting?
I think I love both, but I think singing, since that was my first love, I would probably say singing.
Yeah.
Obviously. Oh my gosh. And my second question to you is, like, do you think acting goes with music? Like, do you think music and acting are compatible?
Yeah.
Because I think they're completely compatible.
I think so. Yeah. I started out doing theater, and in theater, you had to know how to sing, dance, and act, so it kind of all ties together. So yeah, I think it all works together, singing, dancing, and acting, songwriting, all of that works together.
Yeah. It's you put the breath into everything. You put that breath into everything. Thank you, Tracy.
Thank you, Tracy.
Monique Washington. Monique Washington.
Hi. Hi, David. Hi,
Hey,
Shanice.
Monique.
Hi, Monique.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. Do you know Wani Hasley?
Yes.
He plays piano.
Ronnie's like family. We go way back.
He plays piano.
Right.
And he went to my church.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I love Ronnie. Ronnie, I grew up under Ronnie Hasley. Yeah. He actually played with me too. We've toured together and everything.
Yeah, because I remember my uncle and him was playing piano at the same time.
Ronnie is one of I think, the best pianist I've ever heard in my entire life. He's so talented. So talented.
Well, thank you, Monique, for visiting.
You're welcome.
It's good.
What was I gonna say here? Talking about family.
Yes.
A reality TV show. What's Flex and Shanice? How is that? What comes to you?
I love reality TV.
Yeah.
And I remember in 2007, I'm going to go back to speaking things into existence.
Yes.
Vision board. And I put on the vision board, I wrote a check and I put reality show on the check and I put it on my vision board. I also had a picture of Oprah Winfrey on my vision board, right? So in 2007, I said to my husband, I said, let's do a reality show. And he was like, no, because people aren't going to, he's an actor. So he said, people aren't going to take me serious anymore. If I start doing reality, they may not take my, me serious as an actor. And that's just what he had in his head. So then we went through some hard, some rough times. I think it was around 2010, 2011, I can't remember. We kind of, Flex's show ended one-on-one. I wasn't touring anymore, and so money wasn't coming in. I went through some rough times, and a friend of mine, his name is Corey Taylor. He reached out to Flex and he said, I think you should do a reality show. And then Flex called me. He said, you know what? I think if we do a show, this is the right time. He said, because we have a story to tell. He said, I just didn't want to be on TV just to have a show. To make a long story short, Flex was ready. And I think we have a story to tell now. So my cousin put together some students, and they shot we had to shoot like an idea of what it would look like if we did a show.
Right.
Got it. We had a meeting with OWN. That was our first meeting. We didn't even get out of the building yet. And we got a phone call saying, don't take the show anywhere else. We want it.
Oh, you like it? I love it. Boom. Wow. Wow. Oh my God. Hold up.
Come on. I can't have a booty do. When your stomach stick out more than your booty do. Man.
I like that. That's hot. I love you guys' parenting system. It's so effective.
You go to your room.
Cheers to a beautiful night.
Please don't let Shanice be pregnant.
I need you to be there for me. I need you to be my mother.
Nobody else is doing anything to accumulate any sort of income in this house.
I know you're not talking about me.
Ho.
This night thing is kicking my butt.
How bad did it get?
I'm talking nothing in the account bad. I'm a dad first. I always want you to be able to talk to me about anything. All that I do is for my family.
When we want to do something, we put our mind to it, and we don't let fear stop us. Nobody but me. No. Woo! Shanice Wilson!
You're gonna share what you have with the world.
Feels good to be back home in New York. We're gonna have some fun, man.
It's all in the family.
So the show was about my family. When we went through our rough times, the entire family moved in with us, and it was like 8 of us living in one house.
Yeah.
So we documented that. And a lot of people thought that, they're like, is that real? Or did you do that for TV? I'm like, no, we really lived.
I was watching an episode the other day and I was like, wow. What a gorgeous family.
So that's how that whole thing came about. Yeah. And then, and everyone enjoyed it. The kids loved it.
Right.
Uncle Spirit, just my whole family, they really enjoyed it.
Well, it's interesting you were saying just vision board. I'm just to take a minute. I have it, my vision board's up here. I'm having, and this is my vision board, and you might see a few people,
Oh my God. I need to frame mine.
There is Auntie, there's Angela, and I have, it's all about this My Next Breath project we're working on. So
I love that.
It's every time it's like the connection 1111 Auntie, vision board, manifestation. It's just we have to have lunch.
Oh yeah, for sure. We could talk for hours.
I know we only have about 10 minutes left, and I do want to get, I think, Zulie Johnson. You're back. Let's see, Zulie Johnson. Wave your hand, Julie. Oh no, is she not? Oh wait, I see she's on. Let's see. Oh, there you connecting to audio. Unmute. Let's see. Add spotlight. Zulie, are you there? I'm gonna unmute you. She had something. Are you there, Zulie? She sent me a question in the email, and she said she came to see your show when you played Michelle Obama.
Oh, that's so cool.
There she is. There you are, Zulie.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you? Nice to meet you.
Same here. I grew up with your music too.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I saw your live musical performance, Obama.
Yeah. That was so
good.
Fun. Did you enjoy the show? It was fun. I enjoyed doing it.
Yes, I did. And my sister's friend, Caitlin, was in the show. And
who was in the show?
I just want to Kitten.
Oh, Kitten! Yes! I love Kitten.
Yeah, she did a wonderful job.
Oh, she did an amazing job. It was, it was such a pleasure to work. The entire cast was so much fun. Everyone was so talented, and it was such a great time. We're actually, I think they're trying to put it back up again. So I think we're going to do it again.
Oh, that would be wonderful. Wonderful.
It was beautiful, and you're very good, and it get a lot of emotion, happy, sad, and great. And I have a question for you.
Okay.
Do you love singing on stage, live, or recording studio?
You know what? I love them both. They're both different. I love singing live because I love seeing the actual crowd and feeding off of their energy and, everyone's faces. And I love that. The one thing I love about the studio too is that you have time to sit back and just like, if you don't like something, you're like, oh, let me try it this way, or let me try it that way. But, so that's kind of cool. But because when you're singing live, you have one time to get it right. You make a mistake, that's it. But I don't know. I love them both, but differently. I love them both. Yeah, it's just, they're different, but I love them both. Yeah.
Good question, Zuli. Thank you.
Oh, that's such a great question. Nice to meet you.
Talking about singing live, one of my favorite performances was when you performed live with Kenny Loggins. How was it to work with Kenny Loggins?
He is a musical genius. I tell you, like, he could sing anything and it make it sound good. Singing with him.
Well, the two of you together was like,
it was such, and it's so funny. I know this is like just a funny story to tell you, but when I was on stage, I was still learning the song. So I literally had the lyrics. I had the lyrics on stage.
Really? You would never know.
But the atmosphere, like we were really in the redwoods. Yeah. And it was all live. And just to be up there with Kenny Loggins was like a dream come true. And listening to, like, sometimes I'm listening to him sing and I'm so into what he's singing that I'm like, wait a minute, I gotta sing too. Like, because his voice, like, I mean, he could sing R&B, he could sing country, he could sing pop, like rock, whatever. Like, he's just amazing. He's so good.
I grew up when I was, I'm 158 now. But when I was growing up, I used to visit my brother in Lake Tahoe, and we would go up to, he lived in Reno, but we would go to Lake Tahoe and we would play Kenny Loggins all the time. And it's so, magical. Yeah. That duet.
That was a magical day. That day was definitely magical. And it was just beautiful. The atmosphere was beautiful. He killed it. And to be up on that stage with him was just, that's one of the highlights, I would say, of my entire career, for sure.
Yeah, well, thank you for that. And thank you for so many other things that you have done. I want to get one more question from the audience. Let's see. I know she sent it in. Ranjani, are you here, Ranjani? Wave your hand. I know you sent it in. There's so many who would love to visit with you. Here we go. Ranjani.
Hey. Hi. Hey, girl. You look like Patti LaBelle with that hair.
Like Patti LaBelle. Oh, I love Patti LaBelle. You know what? When I did Star Search and I did Somewhere Over the Rainbow, I was doing her version of Somewhere Over the Rainbow. So I've been a fan of Patti LaBelle like since I was.
We need some Patti LaBelle and the Biz. That's gonna make their really surprised.
I
love her.
I do
Me
too.
Okay, I have 4 questions and I'll be done.
Oh, my 4 questions. Pick your favorite one, and we'll save the rest for the next time.
Okay, Okay. I got it right here. Are you the Wonder Woman of music?
Am I what of music?
You know, Wonder Woman of music.
Am I the Wonder Woman of music?
Yeah.
That's your new title now, the Wonder Woman of music. Wonder Woman.
Sometimes I feel like Wonder Woman because, and I'm saying this to say, you know, I do it for the love, but the industry is not easy. And I've gone through so much, and sometimes you're going through your ups and your downs in the industry. You start to feel like a superhero.
Yeah, you are. You said you are the superhero for us and the artist ever.
Thank you. It's just like after going through the ups and downs, and you start, like I said, you start to feel like, wow, I'm really strong, and you start to feel like a superhero. So
yeah, me too, because we're like Afro-American together. I know your roots.
Oh, thank you. Oh,
you're like a Black Girl Magic. You and me. You're like a superhero together.
Thank you.
Girl and Wonder Woman of music.
Yeah, I love that title. Thank you. I think I'm gonna stick with that title. I love that.
Wonder Woman of music. Who knows? It might become a song, something about Wonder Woman.
And that's where David is a Wonder Man.
Yeah, sometimes I do wonder about myself. Thank you, Ron Johnny. Oh my God. Again, we have so many people here who would love to visit, and who knows, maybe in person one day you and your aunt will come and visit.
That would be great.
Just to wrap up this beautiful hour, and thank you again so much for visiting. It's really been a healing.
Thank you. Thank you. I needed this myself, so I appreciate it. Thank you.
This is a question that when I took class from Corey Allen, he would always ask, actually at the beginning of the class, what do you want the most at this moment in your life?
What I want the most at this moment in my life? I want to, right now in my life, I want to learn how to enjoy the moment. I'm saying this because, during the pandemic, and it was so hard on everyone. And our lives have changed. Like they call my house like the party house. Like when there's birthdays, we always have birthday parties. We just like to have fun and be around. I'm a people person. I love people. I love hugging people. I love, and right now it's like you have this, social distance, wear a mask, you can't hug, you can't have gatherings. Like, I mean, you can, but it just puts like stress, stressful. So at this point, I want to learn how to enjoy, just have fun and laugh again. Because honestly, over the last couple of years, it's been hard to enjoy life, because we're all just trying to stay healthy and trying to stay away from people and the mask and the this, the that. And I just want to find a way this year I know we still have to be, smart and stuff, but I just want to enjoy life again, like laugh again, be around people,
Yeah.
So that's my wish.
Yeah. Well, manifestation, like we say, right?
Yes. And you know what? I must say this. I got to say this.
Yeah.
Things are getting better. Things are better than it was 3 years ago, So I know that eventually we're going to come out of this completely and we'll be able to live our lives the way we used to. I'm believing that.
Yeah, we've got to. Well, thank you so much. Joe Seavey, thank you for being on today.
Oh, thanks for having me too. It's been a pleasure. Shanice, I can't express enough how much we appreciate you being here. And I loved you were talking about your process of writing songs by creating names of songs. We do the same thing here. We've written hundreds of songs here at the studio.
Yes.
And we have a songwriting class that we do, and we're ready to put a record out this year of all the songs that were originally written by the clients here at the studio.
I love that.
And you know what? I would love you to come down here and write with us a song. We could, and you could show your process to the clients, and we could write a song together. That would be fun.
I would love, I don't have one particular way. Like, I don't do it like that time. Sometimes somebody will send me a track and, I'll start off and just start singing a melody.
Sure.
I'll, come up with a story off of the melody first.
Mhm.
I just hear stuff in my head and I'll just sing it a cappella, and I'll take it to a piano player and they'll just start writing around. So there's so many different ways,
Yeah. Oh yeah. I love every process. We love songwriting here. It's what makes me want to, exist. I exist for writing songs and producing music. So I just share in the joy of creation, and I would love for all of us to get together and create with that mindset of just creating beautiful music.
That would be great.
Anytime, you're always welcome. So anytime, our door is always open to you. So anytime.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Well, everybody, thank you, Shanice. Thank you so much. I'm gonna we'll do a group photo. So we'll all get on together. We'll remove the spotlights. There she. Look at that. I love that smile. I love that. Okay, group photo here. Do gallery pose. On the count of 3, Shanice, that's what we're gonna say. 1, 2, 3, Shanice. On the count of 3, Shanice, that's what we're gonna say. 1, 2, 3, Shanice.
I tried to pose.
I had to do. Thank you, Angela Rockwood, for coming today and visiting.
Yes, thank you, Angela. Thank you, everyone. I enjoyed talking to everyone today.
Oh, thank you.
We enjoy you. Wow.
And now everybody, you can unmute yourselves. We'll do a little visit. And again, thank you, Shanice.
Thank you. You guys have a great day.
I love you, Shanice.
Love you, Shanice.
You're the best, girl.
Glad to meet you.
Yep, you're the best.
You're a great singer.
Nice to meet you.
It was so nice to meet you.
You too.
Nice to meet you.
You're so pretty.
You're so
pretty.
You so cute, Sonny. So cute.
Love you, Shani. Hi, Joe.
What's up, everyone?
Wasn't that amazing?
It was
amazing. Oh my God.
Julian.
Miracle.
Thank you, David.
Oh my God, she comes from the soul, doesn't she?
This
Yeah,
is
Comes
one
and she
woman
goes.
brings
I think you're right on
everything.
that one. You
David.
should do I love your soul.
Me too. Yeah.
We're coming from the soul.
She's a wild
Yeah.
woman.